What's up, movers? This is Lacey. I am coming at you with another podcast episode, guys. I'm so excited to be here. If you cannot see the window behind me, if you're listening to the audio, I want you to imagine a beautiful window decorated so nice for the holiday with some wreaths and some Christmas trees, some bulbs. I got a deer behind me. My mom's window every year looks incredible, so we can be appreciative of the little things. I'm coming at you guys today with a holiday special, and I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about gratitude. Guys, gratitude is such a useful tool to get you out of difficult or sticky situations, and I'm going to talk about how you can use those. I'm going to talk about some different tricks that I got up my sleeve, something that actually I got to experience this week, and I think it's going to be pretty helpful. So I'm excited to shed some light on that, share some stories. But before we get into today's episode, I want to go ahead and do what we always do here on Move with Intention. I want to be intentional, and I want to go ahead and list off 3 things, 3 people, 3 situations, 3 experiences that we have gratitude for as we dive into our gratitude episode today. And then I want you to go ahead and think of an I am statement, something that empowers you. This can evolve, this can change day by day, week by week, but I want your I am to be strong. I want your I am to be powerful. I want you to step into that I am, because only you can define what I am is to you. Nobody else can. No one can take that away from you. So, without rambling on, without further ado, guys, 3 things. I'm going to list mine. You have the opportunity to think, list yours, and like I always say, there's a power that comes with saying things aloud. And if you're worried about saying these things aloud, then that is somewhere to be reflecting on, because you should be proud, you should be happy, you should be excited, you should be full of gratitude and love for having these 3 things, for having that power statement. So go ahead and say it out loud. Shout out to the moon, shout out to Kris Kringle. He's flying over me here over my shoulder in this window behind me. Guys, my 3 things today. 1 is teamwork. I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to share a personal story with you guys about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. That is a saying, but it is nothing more than true, especially when you experience it, when you become part of a group atmosphere and you just feel that energy lift you when you're falling down, because we can't always give 100% all the time. It's the same in a relationship. If someone tells you that a relationship, your partnership, relationship with your spouse, I was going to say romantic relationship, is 50-50 all the time, that is a bunch of balogna. And if you don't know what balogna is, it's baloney, but it's how it's spelled. Don't ask me why. I didn't make up the rules. Balogna. There is very rarely a 50-50 divide in a relationship, even a friendship. Think about your best friend and you, think about your family and you, think about your siblings. Sometimes people's energies are lower, so when we step up, we have that opportunity to step up and play a bigger game on their behalf and show up and stand for them. And so that's where I'm going at this whole 50-50 thing, is that we are here to support each other, and that's the beauty of teamwork, guys. Teamwork is incredible, especially when you see it in action. Number 2 for me is going to be being home for the holidays. I don't know if you guys can resonate. I don't know if you guys have been home during your holiday season before. It can be any holiday. My family, I don't know if your families are similar, but they celebrate everything. We celebrate everything. We celebrate birthdays. We celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which is also my mom's birthday, so fair. But we celebrate, okay, we don't celebrate Hanukkah, but now we do, because my best friend just got married, and he is Jewish, and now Hanukkah is part of our home, and it is beautiful. I got socks. I got Hanukkah socks. So we are all inclusive. We celebrate everything. I'm like, Mom, it's Monday. She's like, where are we going shopping? Let's go out for lunch. Like, celebrate. Let's put the music on, have a dance party. That's pretty much every day here. So if you guys want to be part of those dance parties, you just gotta let me know, because it happens all the time. But anyway, moving on. Sidetrack, ramble. The last thing that I would say, besides being home for the holidays, is being present. And I've remarked on this before, and I think it's really easy to get wrapped up in life, but when you can pull yourself back to the present moment and remind yourself, okay, wait, whatever's in the future, that can wait. And I will have to wait to get to the future, because right now is the only moment that I actually have, that we actually have. And the past is the past, right? We cannot change it. We cannot control it. We cannot go back and redo anything. So we can learn from it. We can take it and use it as wisdom, so that the next time something is happening that's maybe similar scenario, we know what we can do to better our own steps, or whatever's happening, right? Our own action, whatever we take. And then I want you guys to think for a second. So go ahead and think before I reveal my power statement of the day. I don't have a drum roll. But guys, think about yours. What are 3 things, 3 people, 3 experiences, 3 opportunities that you feel really grateful for in your life? Write those down. Super important. Say it out loud. Speak it to the heavens. And last but not least, before we dive into our gratitude episode, it is your power statement. What is your power statement? Maybe you need to hear some examples of what could be your power statement if you declare that is your power statement, because at the end of the day, it is a choice. It is up to you. A good way to check in with yourself, which I think I did an episode. If it's not out yet, then it will be. I'm kind of doing these all mixed match because, I'm traveling. Right now I'm in Pennsylvania. Tomorrow, who knows? I'm bopping all around, which is the beauty of these episodes, because my background will be changing all the time. And I'll be commenting on the scenery, so if you're listening in, it'll be changing all the time. You'll think, where the heck is she? So that's the fun of it. It's not where's Waldo. 2024 is where's Lacey? But anyway, the power statement, guys, some examples of power statements could be, I am powerful. I am healthy. I am vulnerable. I am confident. I am open. I am honest. I am hardworking. I am dedicated. I am a team player. I am honest. I am trustworthy. I am confident in my abilities. I am capable of doing anything that I set my mind to. Remember, body and mind alignment. I am dedicated. I am disciplined. I am clear and decisive. I am calm and peaceful. I am love. I am joy. I am light. I am sunshine even when the sky does not show the real sunshine. I have sunshine inside. I am excited. I am positive. I find the good in everything. I am worthy. I am ready. I am excited to get started on what I see for myself in my life. Those are just a couple examples that came to mind quick that I have utilized before, that I absolutely love, that I resonate with. But guys, you can say whatever empowers you. So what is yours? I gave you a couple today. I'm gonna let you think about that. How does that lie with you? If you can't say those aloud to yourself, you can't write those to yourself, you can't accept those, start working there, start within, because those things are all true about every single one of us. It's all about what are our core values, what do we believe, and what do we think that we're worthy of accomplishing, because you are ready. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish right now, you are ready to tackle it. Whether it is baby steps, and I'm talking little baby steps, you are ready and you are going to tackle this as soon as you tell yourself, as soon as you declare to yourself, yes, right now, by when, what am I doing, what am I creating, who am I being? That always go back to the question, who am I being in this situation? If it is love, if it is joy, if it is peace, you'll never be wrong. You're always going to be right. Love always wins, and you are already winning right now. Jumping into today's conversation, it's about gratitude. So all of those things I can be grateful for, because a couple of years ago, I didn't say those to myself. I didn't believe in those. And I would say that now that I do, my mind shift has shifted. And because of my mind and my perspective shifting, so have my actions, because your perspective shapes your actions and your habits, and those habits, they become repetitive action, right? So if you can get those to be in alignment, you will see a massive, and I'm talking massively consistent change, because it's not only going to be changing what it is you're doing and what it is you're creating, the people that we are, the person that you are, the person that I am, it is reflective of our core values and what we are creating, what we want to do, what we want to be. The evolution of us is a nonstop, day by day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week art project that we get to embrace each part of the journey. Each part of the journey, as long as we are connected to self, connected to the vision, connected to intention, we can keep moving forward and be confident in the fact that we are going to get exactly where we need to be, and we're going to be surrounded by the exact people that we need to be surrounded by, because that kind of energy, the energy that it emanates, is going to attract those that you need to be surrounded by, and the opportunities as well. So jumping into today's episode is more about gratitude, and so that's what I'm grateful for, guys. Write down, talk it out loud. I want to hear from you. If anything resonates with you, if you feel empowered by these episodes, I'm really excited that this is a project of mine that I started working on after like 2-3 years of thinking about it. And it's not so much that I want to be on camera because it's not something that I'm comfortable with, but I think that we have to do things that make us uncomfortable every single day, because little by little, when we push ourselves to do the uncomfortable begins to shift. Because of course, the first time you throw yourself into a body of water and you don't know how to swim, uncomfortable. You are wondering, where is my noodle? Why didn't they give me any arm floaties? How am I gonna survive the trenches? I hope there's no sharks in this water. There's a lot of thoughts going through your head, but you have someone, a role model, someone you look up to, your parents, your friends, your family, someone who is in your field of expertise and your field of work that you look up to. You see them and you're like, okay, they got the arms going, I can do this too. And you follow in their footsteps, or you follow their example until you yourself, in your heart and in your mind, both of them aligned, believe and know that you're capable of doing it. It just takes practice. It's uncomfortable because you've never done it before, obviously, right? It's uncomfortable to us because we have never had experience. If you have the experience and it's still uncomfortable, it's always room for growth. It's always a room to push the barrier, because each time we do that, it's a little easier, and a little easier. So we can be grateful. My boyfriend always says, Yvonne is such a wisdom. I swear, walking, talking wisdom. He says to me, when I have a problem, and I tell him everything, explaining to him what's going on, asking for his perspective and what he sees possible. He's like, so this is a new problem of yours, no? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And he says to me, that is a blessing. When you can become grateful for your problems, because your problems are constantly changing, that is a huge win. It's a win-win because you have new problems, so that means that you are evolving, you are progressing, you are changing, things are expanding, because otherwise you would have the same problems 24/7. They would never change. It would be the same problems. So when you have new ones, something's happening. Something's happening, the energy is changing, it's shifting. What does that mean? How can you reflect on that? How can that make you feel grateful inside? So that is a huge perspective shift that he has given me the opportunity to have myself. And so I want to hand that over to you. I want to give you guys that, because that's another way to use gratitude to spin the situation, twist your perspective, and see a whole new light on whatever problem you are going through right now. And I can't speak for everyone, because I know there are people going through really tough times right now. But if you can just think to yourself, you can accomplish, you can get through any situation, because you are bigger than your situation. And on the other side of that pain, you are going to find a lesson, you are going to find love, you are going to create love and light where it didn't exist before. That is the biggest token of gratitude that you can hold on to, that you can cling to in those dark moments possible. And if you have problem after problem, the problems keep changing because new things are happening, then be grateful for that, because you're progressing, you're evolving, you're expanding. That's what life is about. We are here to learn, to connect with each other, guys. Connection is huge. The whole reason that I'm here right now is because I find connection to be so valuable. Connection to self, connection to others, sharing stories and experiences. I'm not saying that there's no value in the classroom, because there's huge value in the classroom. I am in education. I am a student for life. A student for life. I pledge to be a student until the day that I die, because I think that there is a reward in learning something new every single day, no matter what it is. And so having that knowledge in the classroom is huge, but just having knowledge outside of the classroom and realizing that you get to choose to be grateful, that is a privilege, that is huge. Some people don't have that exposure, and so when you connect with others, you get exposure, and that is something to be grateful for. We learn from each other. We learn from the real world. We learn from travel. We learn from throwing ourselves into scenarios and situations that we are, one, not prepared for whatsoever, and two, are in over our heads, but we find a way to get through the trenches. We take step after step after step. We ask for help. We ask for support, and that's where I'm going to go into next, is the teamwork. Asking for help is not a weakness, it is a strength. If you can open up and be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I'm not doing so well. Can I get your hand on this? Can you support me on this? Can I count on you to give me A, B, or C perspective, some loving, a hug, a kiss on the cheek? What can I count on you for? When you can have that connection, that relationship, that teamwork environment, you are gonna feel a weight lifted. I'm talking lift it off your shoulders, off your back, off your chest. You'll be able to breathe a little bit lighter because you know that you are being supported, even if it's in the littlest, tiniest, microscopic way. There is nothing that compares to that connection, to that reliability in someone, in a team, in an environment. And so teamwork, you guys, is something hugely to be grateful for. And if you are on a team, you find yourself clashing with people's personalities, try to find the beauty in what they are saying and what they are doing. Even if it is not a beautiful situation, try to find the beauty, try to find their genius. This is actually, I heard this from a podcast. I heard this from Dr. Wayne Dyer. Of course I did. I love him. The Power of Intention. If you guys have not listened to his PBS special, The Power of Intention, or read his book, The Power of Intention, I am recommending that you put that on the top of your 2024 list right now. Or if you want to get it in before the holidays, whatever time this podcast does come out, I recommend that, guys. It is such a valuable read. He has so much good insight, and he talks about that in his book, but I won't spoil any spoilers. No spoilers, no spoilers, but teamwork is something to be entirely grateful for, and that perspective shift of even if someone is annoying as absolute, you already know, find where they are their genius. Everyone has a genius in them. The world is created in a way that de-geniuses. Genius high? I don't know. Ask Wayne. Ask Wayne, not me. I didn't invent this. Wayne Dyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer said that the world de-geniuses us. Or he quoted someone. It's in The Power of Intention, guys. Look it up. It is definitely worth the read. It's definitely worth looking it up. But if you think about that, that is the truth. It is very true. Each person, every single person, I don't care who you are or where you're from, you have a gift, and only you can tap into that gift. Only you can identify and know what that gift is, and whether or not you share it with the world is up to you. But if you don't share it with the world, then that is a missed opportunity, because there's no one else exactly like you. There are people that look like me. There are people that talk like me. There are people that are probably as short as me. You might not believe it. I'm under 5 foot, but it's true. There are other under 5 footers out there. And if you are an under 5 footer, I want you to hit me up and show me some love. I'll show it right back to you. Where's my shorties at? But no one else can be you. The best thing about being each of us is that we can be authentically us, and nobody, I don't even want to talk about this. Nobody, copy paste, not gonna work. Not gonna work. It ain't happening. They cannot take your authentic identity, your authentic self. So step into that person. Be grateful that you have those gifts, no matter what they are, big, small. I don't care if you are a professional ice cream scooper in the middle of Antarctica, or if you write comics for dogs. That is a gift, so share it. I don't know where that came from, but that would be pretty cool if it was for dogs. I think my dog would read it, to be honest. He's pretty smart. Coda, smart dog. Gratitude will set you free. Gratitude is one of those tools that will set you free. So in any given situation, I'm going to touch really quick on teamwork as we wrap this charla up. But gratitude revolving teamwork. So this past week, I'm part of a group right now, and we're raising money. We have a huge group of people. I mean, we're 25 people. And we had 1 week to raise money for an organization of the leadership program that I'm in's choice. And so it ended up being CIS, Communities in Schools. And they're all over the United States. What they do is they help students that are in need of supplies, of food, clothing, something to drink, transportation to and from school. But most importantly to me, in my experience and what I can take away from my educational journey, is the connection. They also set students up with mentors. Each of the campuses, the schools that they work with directly, has a mentor, and those mentors are assigned students. So those students get resources, but they also get a friend. That is so big. They get a friend, they get connection, they get love, they get support. There is nothing more valuable. You cannot put a price on connection. The pair of shoes, they might cost $20, $25. Prices are rising, maybe $30. I don't really know. Target, Kohl's, wherever you shop, let me know how much those cost. I need a new pair. But you can't put a price on friendship. You can't put a price on love. You can't put a price on making a child feel wanted and connected to their education and what they're doing and why they're doing it, giving them their why, their purpose. So organizations like that, that is just impactful right off the bat. And so we're raising money for this organization, and we were told, okay, you know, we guys got a week to do this. We're gonna rally together as a team, and we're starting tonight, and it's gonna be $74,000 in total, and that's $3,000 a piece. On your mark, get set, go. And I felt my face flush, and I said, oh, that's a lot of money. Like, holy moly, in a week? Not thinking that I couldn't do it. I could totally do it, especially with the amazing friends that I've connected with and just the people that I know from my travels, from being all over the world all the time, just bopping around this adventure of life. But a week, holy moly, I have my best friend's wedding, which I helped her plan the same weekend that this thing kicks off, and I'm thinking, oh, this is a stretch, which I have a leadership program. They want to stretch you. They want to show you that your plate can be full and you can still take on a little bit more because you're capable. I'm capable. So anyway, I planted a bunch of seeds. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Before this wedding, I'm going to be ready. Because if you know me, Lacey, I am a planner. I'm a huge planner, and that's why I do the events. I got the retreats. I'm like, no, I got it. My mom's wedding is coming up. I got it. My best friend's wedding, put it down. My sister wants to plan a holiday party. I already did the dip. Like, it's done. It's over there actually on the counter right now. I'm just kidding. She made it. She's going to be mad that I took the credit for it. Don't tell her. I am such a planner. So I planned that out. I thought, I am ready to rock and roll. I get back from the wedding. I'm like, okay, let's check the email. Like, I was checking in over the weekend. I was writing emails, but not making calls. You know, like, I'm at a wedding. I'm at my best friend's wedding. I'm in the moment. I'm the picture taker, the confetti popper, the party starter, okay? So I get back on Monday. I look at my list, and I'm like, all right, let's follow up with everyone. I'll follow up with everyone that I reached out to. Do you know how many no's I received? And it's not that I was defeated or upset or offended by the no's, but I was like, wow, this is not working out how I thought. So now I have 3 days to get $3,000 raised. And let me tell you what, if you know what it means to be in breakdown, I was in breakdown. I was like, this is coming out of a rabbit hole right now because I have no idea how I'm gonna make this happen. And I hustled and I rallied and I made phone calls and I got vulnerable because that's how you really can open up and let people see you and know how you feel connected to the situation and whatever's going on, which I do. Obviously, they create connection. Connection is core value. Core value right there is connection. So I actually thought that I could take care of it. I was like, no, I got it. Like, no worries. I got this under control. And then all of a sudden, Tuesday's here, and I know that I got 24 hours or less to get this fulfilled, and I'm at like 500 or 600. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I reached out to my coach, reached out to my buddy. I was like, guys, I might need some support. I've been overseas for like 6-7 years. Like, my circle is there. This is over here. Time differences, like, I'm bopping all over the place at this point. I might need some support. That was just to them. When I actually caved and vulnerably opened up to the entire team, guys, let me just tell you what happened. I am so grateful for teamwork and for having that kind of support system. So guys, if you have that, show them gratitude, show them gratitude. I jumped from $890 one night to $2,435 the next morning. How in the world? How in the world? Donations came in that I reached out to, but they hustled and they rallied and they stood for me, and that is huge. And I can say before the timer went off and the extension was granted, I had my $3,000 ready to rock and roll. We had so many kids' lives affected and impacted by this, and of course we didn't get anything out of this except for the joy of knowing that we hit the goal that we declared for ourselves as a team. And so I am so grateful. There is gratitude. If you could see gratitude, it would be pouring out of my ears right now. I feel like having a support system, even if it's one person, if you don't have that one person that you can go to no matter what, and all they can offer you, it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be anything material. If they can offer you a hug and you're able to accept that hug, or them saying, I love you, you got it, Julie, you got it, Robert, whatever's going on, I believe in you, that is priceless. You cannot buy that. That is huge. Elevate that relationship, show them your appreciation, show them your love, and get being grateful. Get grateful. Get grateful, get grateful, get grateful. And if you don't have that, you can find that. You can create that. every person you come in contact with is an opportunity to expand your network. And I'm not talking business networking, like let's see what contacts we can get so we can level up our business game. No, your network is your worth. Who you are surrounded by is going to be a really big reflector point. So take the time, make the connections, show the gratitude, show the love, be open, be vulnerable, let people in, let people see the real you, and wherever you can, whether it's light or darkness, reflect on gratitude. If you gotta write it down, I got a journal right here next to me, and if I'm feeling down, which let me tell you, Tuesday, when I felt like I was under all that pressure because I was like, I got this under control. Little did I know I didn't have it under control, not completely anyway. I wrote down a ton of gratitudes. I cried, I talked to my mom, I wrote down gratitudes. It made me feel so much better when I wrote that down, and then it gave me that permission, when I saw it written down, gave me the permission to say, you know what, it is okay to not have it all together all the time, and asking for help is something that you don't do. It's uncomfortable, just like the beginning of the episode we started with, being uncomfortable. And if you're gonna put yourself in that situation, Lacey, and be uncomfortable and ask for help, that is a strength, because you are growing, you're expanding, you're taking that step in another new direction. This is a new problem to have, right? Being uncomfortable for asking for help. So guys, the message of the day is gratitude, but there are so many variations in the way that gratitude is a tool. I want you guys to try and utilize it for the next week. This is my super mega challenge to you. Gratitude. Something bad happens, gratitude. I want your automatic, which are the first thoughts that pop into your head when something doesn't go as planned. I want them to be gratitude. And if you can't, write it down. It helps to write it down, see it visually, put it in your brain, and then it will help you shift out of whatever mood you're in, shift out of the situation. Go have a conversation about it with someone that might be on the same page as you. And if they don't have that, reach out to me. Give me a phone call, hit me up, text me, screenshot this episode and share it, because gratitude is going to shift all of our perspective. It's going to shift the whole situation, whatever it is that we're in. Being grateful that we are going to make it to the other side no matter what. Do whatever it takes to get on the other side, and we're going to be bigger, better, stronger people for it.
Oh shit, couple takes here. 1, 2, 3.
Happy holidays. I cannot wait to see what 2024 brings all of us, including you. Thank you for tuning in, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.